Chapter 2. Later that evening in our room, I slid to the bottom bunk bed while Eddie climbed the narrow ladder to the top bunk. I was mesmerized by how huge Eddie's feet were. They were almost as wide as they were long. They were very flat with no arches. Just looking at them made me think of caveman's feet. I couldn't help but laugh out loud. "What's so funny, Shrimp?" Eddie asked as he flopped down on the mattress. When his bed bowed above my head, I stopped laughing. A horrible vision of Eddie and the mattress falling on top of me during the night entered my mind. What a terrible way to die. I said, "What's so funny, Pee-wee?" "Nothing." I wished I could come up with names to hurt him, but I couldn't think that fast on my feet. Oh, wait, I should have called him Caveman. Darn it. I reached over and turned off the light. The room went pitch black, just the way I liked it. "Hey, turn on the nightlight. I can't see in total darkness," Eddie said nervously. I flicked on the nightlight and laughed again. Big Eddie was afraid of the dark. I bet all the kids at school would think that was hilarious. As if reading my mind, Eddie said, "If you so much as tell anyone, anyways, I will pound you so hard your dad won't recognize you." I stopped laughing. Eddie could probably do it. My dad knocked on the door and peeked inside. He flipped the light back on. "Boys, I know you're not asleep yet." "Yeah, Dad?" "Yeah, Jack?" Eddie said. "Allie and I just had a long talk. We decided to give each of you your own room," he said. "But, Dad, we only have 2 rooms. Where will you and Allie sleep?" I asked. "No, in the attic," my dad said and laughed. "You and Mom are going to sleep in the attic? Cool. I didn't even know there was one," Eddie exclaimed. "No, Eddie," my dad explained. "Not us. We're going to convert the attic into a bedroom for one of you." "I think I should get it because this was my house first," I said. I should get it. This was your room first, so you can have it back," Eddie countered. "No way," I replied. The attic was huge. I really wanted that room. It would be like living in a mansion. Eddie yelled at me. "So I had to leave my house and come and live here with you." My dad interrupted. "Hold it, whoa. Allie and I have already decided who gets the room." Eddie and I both shut up. It was so quiet you could hear the music playing downstairs. Allie played music almost every night. At first I didn't like it, but now I was getting used to it. It was opera. Allie told me that opera calmed her down and kept her in a good mood. Not being able to take the silence anymore, Eddie said, "So, Jack, who'd you choose?" "We've decided it's up to you," he answered. "Me?" Eddie yelled. "Great, I choose me." My dad quickly said, "No, not you." "Me?" I said. "All right, this is the best news ever." "No, not you either," Dad said. "I don't get it," Eddie said, and for once I agreed with him. My dad explained, "Allie and I know this hasn't been an easy adjustment for either of you. Our marriage happened fast, and I know that there's been some tension between you two for a long time." "Try kindergarten," I mumbled. Eddie leaned over the bunk bed and mouthed to me, "You're dead." "Boys, focus. There's only one fair way to settle a decision this big, so we're leaving it up to the 2 of you to figure out who gets the attic. Construction starts next week. That leaves a month to decide. Oh, and there better not be any fighting or arguing about it. Got it?" "Yes, Dad," I said. "Eddie?" Jack asked. Yeah, no fighting." "Okay, night, boys." He turned off the light and closed the door. "Hey, Eddie," I whispered. "We can settle this right now. I have $17.31. It's all yours if you give me the room." Eddie laughed. "I've got more than that just in the front pocket of the jeans I took off." "Seriously?" I asked. I had a very profitable week at school. "Doing what?" I inquired. "Getting paid for protecting classmates." "Protecting them from who?" Oh, I couldn't wait to hear his answer. "From me, of course. It's a new thing I started this year." "What? Our classmates pay you to protect them from you?" Oh, I couldn't believe it. "It's very lucrative," Eddie laughed. "So, how much do you want for the room?" No way, I am not for sale. What if I told you I could give you 3 figures worth? Eddie said. No, I stood my ground. How about 4 figures? Eddie bargained. You have 4 figures? I knew that was at least $1,000. No, but I do have 3, he admitted. What if I give you all my video games? I asked. Your video games stink. Mine are way better, Eddie countered. I couldn't argue with that. It was true. Eddie did have a better collection. How about all of my DVDs? I offered. Silence from Eddie. I tried again. Okay, final offer. All my money, all my video games, and all of my DVDs. Eddie spoke up. You have less money than me, your video games stink, and your DVDs stink even more. Wait. I wasn't finished. All that plus I will do your homework for a week, I added. How about a month? Deal, I said. Ha, nah, just kidding, Eddie teased. Loser, I said under my breath. What'd you say? I came up with more bargaining items. What if I throw in my skateboard and dirt bike? Your skateboard is too girly for me, and your dirt bike is too small, Eddie said. What do you mean my skateboard's too girly? It has a hot pink swirl on it. Hey, your mom bought that for me. I know. I told her your favorite color was pink. Oh, you are such a jerk. Eddie jumped down from the top bunk in one swift motion and pulled me to the floor. No, you're the jerk. Come on, you little wiener. Hey, Dad said no fighting, I yelled, hoping my dad would hear. What are you going to do, snitch on me? Through the headlock, I mumbled, yeah? Eddie released me from the headlock and pinned me to the ground. Fine, I won't fight. You couldn't win anyway. Instead, Eddie threw his head back and started gulping air. Oh, I knew what was coming. Eddie was legendary for it. If he didn't fight you, this was his backup move. Some say it was worse than being hit. No, I cried as I tried to turn my head away from Eddie. I took a quick breath and held it in. You have to breathe sometime, Eddie tormented me. My face was turning red. I knew I would have to breathe soon. No longer able to hold it in, I let out my breath. Eddie leaned in close, real close. Burp! It was the loudest burp I had ever heard. Oh, and the smelliest. I didn't mean to smell it, but I had to breathe. It's in my mouth, I yelled. I could practically taste the spaghetti and meatballs we had for dinner a couple of hours ago. Oh no, another one's coming. Brrr! Oh, I almost threw up in my mouth. Garlic bread. I could taste and smell the garlic bread on that last burp. I told my dad there was too much garlic on the bread, but Dad said you can never have too much garlic. Oh, boy, was he wrong. Eddie let go of me and crawled back up to his bunk. With my ears still ringing from the intense bravado of Eddie's burps, I stumbled into the lower bunk. You're disgusting, I spat. You're just jealous because you can't do it. Deep down, I knew that Eddie was right. I could only burp if I drank lemon lime soda really fast. Even then, my burps weren't on the same Richter scale as Eddie's. I longed to ask Eddie his secret, but I knew a true master would never reveal it. Hey, remember that time when Marina Ashton was given that report and Eddie was laughing so hard he couldn't finish. Oh, did I ever. It was at the beginning of the year. Marina was giving her report on horses, and she asked if anyone had any questions. Eddie raised his hand. The whole class grew quiet because Eddie never participated in class unless he had to. He gulped some air and burped really loud. Everyone laughed, and Marina got so mad, and so did Miss Waverly. Miss Waverly asked what his question was, and Eddie replied, "What did I have for lunch?" The whole class lost it again. Eddie was sent to the principal's office. Oh, that was great, except you got in trouble, I said. For once, I'd like to see you not get in trouble. I bet you couldn't go a whole day without bullying someone or taking their money, I replied snidely. I could too. I could go for a whole week. It was times like this that my straight A honor roll brain jumped into overdrive. I knew there was only one way to beat Eddie, and that was to play by his rules, which unfortunately were always dirty. The plan that formed in my mind was not a nice one. What if whoever completes the craziest dare at school gets the attic room? I said. Eddie was quiet. We were both engrossed in our own thoughts. Eddie finally broke the silence. I dare you to burp really loud in class, he challenged. I was afraid Eddie would come up with something like that. Yeah, okay, I could do that. But then I dare you to stop being a bully for a whole week. Eddie let out a sigh of relief. Easy. And you have to be nice to everyone that you've ever been mean to. What? How am I supposed to do that? That would take like forever, Eddie whined. True, but I'm giving you a week, I said. Fine, but your burp can't be a regular burp. It has to be loud enough for everyone to hear, including Miss Waverly. And it has to be at a time when no one expects it. Can you do it? Not wanting to appear unsure, I said, no problem. Do I get the whole week too? Yeah, well, we'll start on Monday. Whoever doesn't complete the dare by Friday loses. Agreed? Eddie asked. Agreed. Wait, Eddie laughed. Backing out already? No, but what happens if we both complete our dares? Then who gets the room, I asked. Huh, I didn't think of that, Eddie said. I know. We'll have backup dares for the next week, I said. Genius, Eddie replied. The next week was poetry week. I knew there was some kind of great dare in there, but I couldn't figure it out. Eddie, on the other hand, didn't have a problem coming up with the next dare. You have to fart really loud in front of the entire class, including Miss Waverly. And it has to smell too, Eddie laughed. Dang! Eddie was picking on the things that he was good at. He was also a legend when it came to farting. There was this one time in science class when Eddie farted too close to the sulfur beaker and it exploded. The whole class had to evacuate. He got sent to the principal's office for that one, too. Well, what about me? Can't think of anything? Eddie inquired. And just then it hit me. You know how we have our poetry unit in 2 weeks? Yeah, Eddie said cautiously. You have to write a love poem to Miss Waverly and recite it in front of the class, I said. Oh, no way. Miss Waverly's so old and ugly. Can't do it, I smirked. You little... I can do it. Wait, what if we both do our dares again? Then who wins? All right, if we both do our dares, then the third week should be a shared dare, one so bad that whoever does it first automatically wins, hands down. Oh, I like the sound of that, Eddie said. You would. Hey, we have to make a pact. If either one of us tells anybody about these dares, especially our parents, then he automatically loses. Agreed? Agreed. Eddie jumped down to face me. I got it. The final dare. The ultimate dare. What? I asked. Whichever one of us runs through the cafeteria in his underwear during lunchtime wins. Are you crazy? Do you know how much trouble we could get into? I asked. Are you in? Eddie narrowed his eyes. I'm in, I said reluctantly. I didn't sleep well the rest of the night.